Hi, welcome to On This Day in Tudor History with me, Claire Ridgway. And a big thank you to my husband Tim for stepping in yesterday while I was poorly in bed. And thank you so much for your kind comments, they're very much appreciated. I am feeling better, still got a long way to go, but I am feeling much better. Now, where am I taking you back to today? Well, I'm taking you back to 1539 and the reign of King Henry VIII. For on this day in Tudor history, 14th of February 1539, Sir Nicholas Carew was tried for treason after being implicated in the Exeter Conspiracy. It was alleged that a letter had been found at the Marquess of Exeter's home, which was evidence of Carew being involved in a conspiracy with the Marquess of Exeter and Baron Montagu, who'd been arrested in November 1538, and plotting with Cardinal Pole, Montagu's exiled brother, a man who was seen as an enemy of King Henry VIII. Carew was found guilty and sentenced to death and executed on the 3rd of March 1539 at Tyburn. Carew was a royal favourite for 20 years, surviving even though he'd been a supporter of Princess Mary during the Great Matter. But things started to go wrong for him in late 1538. You can find out all about his court career in my talk from the 3rd of March last year for the anniversary of his execution. But let me tell you a bit more about his undoing and his trial. Carew was arrested on the 31st of December 1538, and in his book The History of the Worthies of England, Thomas Fuller explained that according to a Carew family tradition, Carew upset the king during a game of bowls. King Henry, then at bowls, gave this knight opprobrious language betwixt jest and earnest, to which the other returned an answer rather true than discreet, as more consulting therein his own animosity than allegiance. Fuller goes on to say that the king was so offended that Sir Nicholas fell from the top of his favour to the bottom of his displeasure and was bruised to death thereby. In writing of the fall of Carew, Imperial Ambassador Eustace Chapuis put it down to his love for Princess Mary, of whom he'd always shown himself a most devoted servant, and the fact that the king and his council wanted to leave Mary with as few such as possible, i.e. remove her supporters. Historian Stamford Lemberg believes that Carew's fall was actually down to Thomas Cromwell, King Henry VIII's right-hand man at this time, who saw Carew as a threat that needed to be removed. And removed he was. The king seemed to believe that Carew had plotted with the Poles, writing to Sir Thomas Wyatt the Elder on the 13th of February 1539. Moreover, after their execution, it was found by their letters that Sir Nicholas Carew was one of the chief of that faction. Here is the record of the indictment drawn up against Carew by the Surrey Commission. That Sir Nicholas Carew of Beddington, alias of Westminster, knowing the said Marquess to be a traitor, did, the 20th of August, 28th year of Henry VIII, at West Horsley, Surrey, and at other times falsely abet the said Marquess, and 24th of August, and at other times had conversations with him about the change of the world, and also with his own hand wrote him divers letters at Beddington, 4th of September, and at other times, and the said Marquess at that or other times sent divers traitorous letters to the said Carew from West Horsley, which the said Carew traitorously received, which letters they afterwards, to conceal their treason, traitorously burnt at West Horsley and Beddington, 1st of September 30th year of Henry VIII's reign, and at other times and afterwards, knowing that the said Marquess was indicted, as aforesaid, 29th of November 30th year Henry VIII, the said Carew at Beddington traitorously said these words in English: I marvel greatly that the indictment against the Lord Marquess was so secretly handled, and for what purpose, for the like was never seen, contrary to his allegiance. At his trial on this day in 1539, Carew pleaded not guilty, but the verdict was guilty and he was condemned to death. A favourite for 20 years, but like many others before him, he ended his days being branded a traitor to the crown. I'll give you a link to my video to find out more about him. But also on this day in Tudor history, a prophecy was fulfilled as a dog licked up King Henry VIII's blood. Yuck. Find out more in my video from last year. Thank you for joining me. You can subscribe by clicking round about there. You can hit the bell to be notified as these videos go live. And you can, of course, give me a thumbs up, a like, and leave a comment as well. Thank you. Bye-bye. Now, where am I taking you back to today? Well, Teasel shoots past me chasing a cat. You can leave that bit in. Do it as an outtake.
There's animals everywhere.